this is Jai Bazeski.
And Kate Bazeski.
Welcome to the JK Show. I think we must be at episode 8 now.
Yep.
8, sweet. Okay, so today we've got a really fun, interesting topic to talk to you about, and it is detoxification versus maintenance in terms of your diet. So are you on a maintenance diet or are you on a detoxification diet? Do you know the difference? We're going to talk about that today, aren't we, Kate?
Sure are.
Okay, so a lot of people are on a weight loss journey or a weight loss mission, but and they think that they might be on a detoxifying weight loss diet, but it turns out they're actually on more of a maintenance diet. And so we want to kind of demystify some of the different types of foods that you should and shouldn't be eating in order to get yourself into fat burn mode, weight loss mode, detoxification mode. So to keep it very simple, the overall picture of what we're looking at here is looking at foods for weight loss and how you maintain that. So an easy way, simple way to look at this is that some foods will clog you up and some foods will cleanse you out. Okay, so the things that you're eating can either like make you get all of that toxicity out through your bowels and through your urine, and other foods can clog you and actually stop you and slow down the process of that detoxification through the bowels. So an example of something that would kind of slow down the detoxification process would be nuts. Now, nuts are an amazing food that should be part of everyone's diet, however, unless you're allergic, however, because they have so many minerals and nutrients and things. But again, if you are trying to lose weight, then I would not recommend that you have nuts in your diet while on a detox diet. Now, with a detox diet, it's not sustainable for over a long period of time. It's more of like a get in there for a short hit, you know, maybe a few weeks or a month or something like that, or you know, a period of time, and then coming off it. Okay, so if I say to you that nuts make you fat, you know, I don't want you to take this the wrong way, because I think that if your body can handle nuts, that you should have nuts in your diet.
Yeah.
So
anything in moderation is not going to make you fat.
Just like anything else.
But yeah, nuts are full of great fats. But for a lot of people, they do clog them up, and it's very, very easy to overeat them. So I find that I need to keep my eye on myself when they're in the house, because I'll just smash them because they're so tasty.
That's right, especially cashews. High calorie,
Yum.
very easy to eat, very difficult to stop.
Yeah.
So that's one example. So if you are looking to lose weight and you really want to go aggressively towards losing weight, then I recommend giving your body a break from nuts for say a week and see how your body adjusts to the change. Now, I think that if you really want to notice the difference and really want to see results, then it's not just one thing to change. You want to try and change as many things as you can and try and really get yourself into this mindset of only eating foods that are going to cleanse me, not clog me.
I was going to say that's a big thing, because we come across a lot of clients and stuff that have problem pooing, and if you're not pooing, then you're not losing weight. You're not losing weight, and you're full of toxicity as well. So the longer the food sits in your body, it sort of starts to ferment, and you're not going to feel great. And we've had people come in and it's like, I haven't pooed for 4 days, 5 days, something like that, and they're in this pain, and their stomach is sticking out, or it's like super heavy. And a lot of people will then go and eat fiber because they think, fiber, it's good for the bowels and stuff. But once you're already clogged and you're shoving fiber on top, it's just sitting on top there, and it's just adding and adding and adding. So you need a lot of causes of it: a dehydration, and then other people just food intolerances. Like, I might be able to eat nuts, but Jai couldn't, or whatever. You've got to sort of understand your body, what works with you, and kind of see if there's any patterns with food. It's like, okay, if I eat bread, I find that makes me shit myself, or if I eat bread, I find that I don't poo, or whatever it is. Like, you've got to sort of get an understanding of how your body reacts, because everyone is different, and you're not going to be the same as your friend, your sister, your mum, your brother, like whoever. So start paying attention to yourself. Writing down what you eat is a very good sort of thing to get into, and then how you felt, and write down your bowel movements. Do that for 2 weeks and just see if there's some kind of pattern, whether or not you're getting bloated, whether or not you're not pooing, whether you've got energy, whether you don't sleep, whatever it is.
Okay, so nuts are in the maintenance diet. They're not in the detoxification diet. Another thing that I would add into the maintenance diet could potentially be cheat days. Now, I'm not a big fan of cheat days, particularly if you're on a mission. If you've got a goal that you need to hit, I don't think that cheat days are a good thing to do at all. What are your opinions on cheat days, Kate?
I think they blow out, and I think that's the problem. Like if you're factoring in, you know, if it's one meal through a whole week, you know, you could get away with it depending on what your results are. Again, like if you're trying to really drop down weight, then what's the point of sort of sabotaging that just for 10 minutes of satisfaction? Because you probably find that after it wasn't as good as you thought it was going to be anyway, or it makes you want to eat more and more stuff. And so then most people, they do it and then they think, oh, you know, it's just a little bit, so I just had a little bit of cake and some chips and some ice cream, and it kind of blows out, and you know, that could be an extra 800, 1,000 calories in one meal, which I know personally for my body, by the next day my weight would be back up. So then I'd be going back into, that's maintenance mode, because then I've got to fight to get that weight down that week to get back to where I was before I ate that crap. So 6
days of good, clean cleansing can be completely neutralized by 1 day of clogging.
Yeah.
1 day of cheat foods.
But like one bad meal is not going to make you fat, and one healthy meal is not going to make you skinny. But in the grand scheme of things, if your end result is weight loss, then just focus on health and good food and nourishment for your body, and your food as fuel, and that sort of will lead you in the right direction. So. Exactly,
and that leads me to the next point, which is cooked foods versus raw foods. Now, if you eat more raw foods, you're going to cleanse more, because raw foods have, so all foods, like all what I call foods, which is vegetables basically, have their own enzymes which actually allow you to break down and digest them. So when you cook foods, you're actually damaging the digestive enzymes in those foods. So what that means is that you don't digest and break down the foods and extract all of the vitamins and minerals and nutrients out of the food when it is cooked. Now, the reason why this is a problem is because you need all of the goodness out of that food in order for you to actually have that detoxification, because your body needs energy in order to detoxify. Okay, so imagine detoxification. Imagine your body getting all of the toxicity and pushing it out. Okay, that takes a lot of energy. So you need a lot of nutrients in order for your body to build up the power to be able to do that. And so you need a lot of raw food. A lot of raw vegetables and fruits is going to allow that to happen, and a lot of water. So when you're cooking your food, you're cooking out that enzyme, you're breaking down and damaging that enzyme, which allows you to break it down properly and pull that nutrient out. So you're not going to get as much energy from it, which means you're not going to get as much of a detoxification effect. So for me, I put cooked foods into a maintenance mode or a maintenance diet, and I put raw foods into a detoxification diet. So if you are looking at detoxifying and losing weight, you want to have like a 80-20 rule, where 80% of the food that you're eating is raw and 20% might be cooked. Even better, if you want to go all the way, like what I like to do, is just go 100% raw for a detoxification, and that will give you faster, better, more effective results. And it's not just your body that changes, your psyche changes, your mental state, your ability to be able to deal with stress, and your joy and your happiness in life, and how you approach life, and how you approach situations and relationships, and how you can understand concepts and just
some mental clarity.
Yeah, clarity, to be able to understand what's happening in your life, and to be able to find the good in things. And you know, if there's a situation in your life where it might be troubling you or stressing you, when you cut out all of the toxifying foods, then you find that you have, again, from having all of those nutrients, you know, you get some kind of knowledge from the food that you're eating, from live foods, to enable you to be able to understand things at a deeper level, so that you can actually work through them in a way where you're not stressed, you're calm, and that helps you.
You'll also find that it's a lot harder to overeat raw foods, because you do get quite full. Like if you
again, it's the nutrient content.
A massive salad or something like that, and you put that in this big huge box, like you would struggle to get through. You wouldn't get through it in one sitting. You'd sort of have to sit there and it'd take a while. Whereas you put like a nice cooked curry or something like that, and it's like you sit there and you eat and eat and eat, and then before you know it, you're actually like you were full sort of 10 minutes ago, but then but you couldn't stop eating because it was just it sort of went down so well, and then you're in this food coma, and then your body is struggling, and then you pretty much, your digestion and everything is just shutting down, and you're tired because you've got too much going on internally. And then that's normally when most people sleep, which is like the worst time ever, because you're not going to get the best sleep because your body is working overtime trying to break down everything. So you wake up tired, and
then the cycle starts again.
It's like, oh, I need coffee, I need some food to change my state because I'm tired. So
the point is, you know how these foods affect your body. Your intuition tells you how a big, heavy cooked meal affects your body. So tune in to your body when you eat foods, regardless of what they are, and acknowledge the response that your body gives you from what you're eating. So, things like desserts and alcohol and, carbs and all that kind of stuff, like it's all good to have it in your diet, but just understand what it's doing to you and then make the decision based on that. Be conscious about your decision as to what you eat. And
how often it comes into your diet. Like it doesn't have to be in every day. And like I said, eventually you'll change. And, a long time ago when I was trying like a lot of different things, and I was trying to drop weight, but I was actually in maintenance mode because I would be sort of what I called healthy at the time through the week, but then the weekends I would have the alcohol and all of that sort of stuff. I didn't get the results that I wanted, but I thought that I was being healthy. And I thought, I can't possibly not drink, or I can't possibly not have toast for breakfast, or I can't,
coffee.
There'll never be a time that I would be happy with doing that. And, obviously you progress through life and hopefully you get better. And for me, it's like, I don't even, bread's not not something that's in my diet. I may have it if I'm out at a cafe or something and get a nice piece of bread, but even then I'd probably prefer the granola or something. Whereas before it was the worst thing ever that you were going to take away from me. But as you went along, I got healthier and I felt better and realized how shit I felt when I ate that food. And so it came into the concept of eating for nourishment, eating for energy, and eating for sort of life, vitality, everything else.
Your perception changes. This is the thing. You couldn't, if you're in a state now where you really need to lose weight, it's really difficult for you to actually understand how you're going to feel once you've lost the weight and what decisions you're going to make. Like right now you might think, oh God, I could never give up coffee. I could never give up Coca-Cola. I could never give up bread. I used to have all of those things in my diet.
But you don't know how good you can feel.
On a daily basis. Yeah, and for me, to think that bread would be eliminated from my diet, which it is now, but for me to think that, that was a daily staple. I had sandwiches for lunch every day. I would have toast in the morning, like what Kate was saying. And at that time, you could have never have told me to take that away. But once I kind of slowly moved it to the side and brought in superfoods and smoothies and other things like that, actually my mindset changed. I actually felt different. I was different in who I am and in who I was compared to before and now. And so whereas before I was like, I need that, after you kind of move it away for a little bit, even a week, then you start to think differently about it. You think, oh, maybe I don't need as much of it. And then eventually you go, maybe I don't need it at all. And it's a process that happens naturally, and it's a process that happens over a certain time that's different for everybody.
But it's nice to also sort of cut out something like that and realize how you feel without it, and then add it back in and see how you feel with it. And that's what I used to do, and that gave me a really good understanding of my body and how it reacted. And so I would I'd be like, all right, for the month of whatever, October, I'm not going to eat bread, cheese, muffins. I used to love muffins. It was the best ever. And if you're eating muffins for breakfast because you think they're healthy, it's just cake. You're having cake for breakfast. And I knew they weren't the best. I just loved them and thought
that I could. Bread as well.
Yeah, I thought I could get away with it because I was training, and it's I'll train and it'll work, but it never works.
All good if you're in maintenance mode.
Yeah, and that's it. Good. You can't have those things. Sometimes it will still creep back on, but yeah, not so bad. But I would have them quite often when I was going for my morning coffee. There'd always be a nice big baked fresh muffin that I think, I'm going to smash that as well. So I would cut all of those things out for a month, and then I'd drop 4 kilos that month, and then you think, oh wow, you reap the rewards, you do get the benefits of it, and it's nice to get that result, but you won't get that result from just having some on the weekends and not through the week and all of that sort of stuff. So then you think that, well, it doesn't even matter what I eat because I've tried everything and I've tried all diets. And it's well, it's not about dieting, it's about adding in loads of good food, cutting out some of the crap, and then getting the results that you want, getting the results gives you sort of the momentum to move on, to do more. And then you'll get in the pattern of, I would actually prefer to feel better than eat like a food for 10 minutes of satisfaction and maybe 2 hours of bloating or, you know, irregular bowel movements or whatever it is that it does to you.
So the key concept here from a mental perspective to think about is that how you're feeling now about going into a detox or cutting out bread or cutting out coffee or cutting out something, how you're feeling about it now is different to how you're going to feel about it after you've done it. So don't get too overwhelmed. Often people do get overwhelmed about having to cut stuff out. Look, it's all good. Just do it for a couple of days. See how you feel. Reapproach the situation from there.
Food is a drug, but don't feel like you're missing out. I think that's probably the biggest thing. People feel like they're missing out, and it's like
you're doing damage.
You're people. We're in a society where we reward ourselves with bad things,
like
things
dog.
that are bad for us. Yeah, the saying goes, it's like don't treat yourself with food. You're not a dog.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's like, oh, I did well for this, I'm going to have some chocolate. Oh, you know, you did really well at work, let's all get pissed. Like, whatever it is.
It's
like,
easy to do because we all are dealing with food addiction. Every single one. If you're a human being, if you've got a nose and a mouth, you know, you're dealing with food addiction.
Yeah.
Okay, we all are on some level. And everybody's on a different level and it's all good. Everybody's at their own pace and it's all good. So you just need to acknowledge where you're at and work through it from there.
But the quickest way to, if weight loss is your goal, the quickest way to weight loss is food. So, you know, people ask us, you know, what's the best exercise to lose weight from here? And it's like your kitchen, like whatever you're eating in the kitchen.
Yeah,
so
change up your thoughts, change up your food.
Yeah, get yourself in a good mindset. Listen to, like, watch documentaries about people that have changed their food. Like, do all that sort of stuff is way better than going and slogging it out at the gym and then, you know, finishing with a burger.
Look, you know, when you're watching television, you're getting offered food over 350 times in a day just from media.
Yeah.
Every single time an ad comes on, it's some damn takeaway rubbish junk food or some crap on special at Woolies, or it's temptation. And if you look at the way that they produce these commercials, they're very clever. They understand psychology. They make the food like right up in your face, right? So like there, like, and the purpose of putting it up close is because it stimulates in your mind the perception that the food is in front of your nose and you're about to eat it, and it makes you salivate. You know yourself, you've salivated from watching a TV commercial. I know you have. I have.
You know how it is when you go shopping hungry and stuff as well, and it's like everything is marketed like in your face, and especially and for your kids as well. Like, you know, they put all of the things at kid height, so they're like, "Mom, can I have this? Mom, can I have that?" Like, I've done it. We've all done it. You know, nightmare to go shopping with the children.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably another really good thing. If you're trying to drop weight, don't ever go shopping hungry, because you'll make terrible decisions.
Just in general.
And you shouldn't be hungry on that, because you will make bad decisions. Unless you're planned, it's okay to be a little bit hungry because you know you've got your awesome, ridiculously, fantastically tasty salad there waiting for you. But yeah, don't be hungry walking around the city on your lunch break looking for something and then up pops Burger King or some crap like that.
Yeah. So I'm going to leave you with some ideas on how you can fast track your detox. If you're kind of crazy like me and you like to go hard on your detoxification, then I want to give you some tips that you can use and apply today. So the first thing that you can do is add greens in, because greens are alkalizing. Okay, so you have alkaline foods and you have acidic foods, right? That's the pH scale. So you want to have things that are green, because anything that's green is very high in chlorophyll, and things that are high in chlorophyll are very alkaline, and things that are very alkaline are going to rid all toxicity out of your body. Okay, so some things like this, super greens, okay? Organic super greens. This has spirulina, chlorella, barley grass, and wheatgrass. You could just do wheatgrass powder or spirulina tablets or spirulina powder. Anything that's green, whether it's tablets or powder, putting it in a smoothie, anything like that. Or whether you don't want to go for the powdered tablet type of form, and you want to go for the food itself, kale, and
Pack it in your smoothies,
or just eat it, put it in a salad, you know, whatever, just anything green, spinach.
Like baby spinach and stuff is fantastic in smoothies. Sounds gross, but you can't taste it, and it's so good for you.
Delicious.
So.
And herbs, you know, like mint and parsley and coriander and basil, all of that stuff is very detoxifying.
Great for getting rid of heavy metals and stuff.
It strips heavy metals out of your blood. and it's just super detoxifying. And my favorite thing, the number one detoxification thing that you could ever put in your body is salt. Okay, but not the iodized salt that you get over the counter or that's at a restaurant. I'm talking about real salt, natural salt, untouched salt, unprocessed salt. So this particular salt here is a Peruvian pink salt, okay, which comes from like tablelands, from mountains. This is equivalent to Himalayan salt or to Celtic sea salt. Is it Celtic or Celtic? Either way, however you want to say it. Sea salts, okay, so those type of salts, they are anti-stimulants. Okay, so if you're having a lot of coffee, then it's really nice to put salt in your coffee if you're making your own coffee. That's what they've been doing in Africa for over 250 years. They put salt in their coffee because coffee is a stimulant, and so and salt is the anti-stimulant, so it neutralizes it out.
You find like a lot of women who are pregnant, when they've got what's it called, morning sickness and stuff, the thing that their body sort of only can stomach is salt, and it's just because it brings you back into balance and gives you those minerals and whatnot. Most people kind of lean towards crackers or something like that, but yeah, adding in a little bit more salt in that instance can help.
So here's the crazy salt flush protocol detox. Okay, you get yourself some good quality salt, whether it's Cusco salt, Himalayan salt, Celtic salt, whatever kind of natural salt, and you put a big heaped tablespoon, into a liter of water.
Firstly, you're on empty stomach, no matter what.
You need to fast for 8 hours at least. So you need to go to bed, you need to have your dinner early, you need to drink water that night, you need to go to bed and sleep all night, have a good sleep. You need to wake up that morning, no coffee, no juice, no Weet-Bix,
no nothing.
Nothing like that. You have your salt in your water. So 1 heaped tablespoon of salt in your water after 8 hours of fasting. Okay, and then you stay upright with tall posture, because if you kick back and lie down or go back to sleep, then that salt just absorbs into your body. We don't want that. We want the salt to actually move through your digestive system and actually push out all of that toxicity and clean out your intestines, clean out your bowels. Once that happens, it's like, like if you have a cup of Coca-Cola, you can't put fresh spring water in there until you empty out that cup of Coke first. Then you can put the spring water in there. And then you got a clean, healthy cup of fluid. So it's the same thing with the salt flush. You drink the salt flush, you clean out your bowels, and then all of the toxicity that's in your body, like all your fat cells and everything that you're holding onto, that water retention, it gets absorbed into your bowels again for your second bowel movement. And then you end up having 3 and 4 and 5, and you might have 8, 9, 10 bowel movements. And everything is just getting absorbed into your digestive system and through your bowels, and you have this massive detoxification. The last one I did, it was 1 liter of salt water, and I had, I think it was like a 3.7 or a 3.4 kilo weight loss through my bowels within a 2-hour period. So it's very significant, and it's a great detoxification. And then you want to follow that up with a lot of water to stay hydrated, and some raw food, like stay in your cleanse for the day.
Rich in minerals.
High vitamins, high minerals, high nutrients.
Juice,
yeah, you're not going to go hit up Macca's afterwards or anything like that. You're going to go and have raw vegetables, and maybe you can even have like a cooked soup or just some nice healthy whole foods that don't have any shit, no processed, nothing like that in there. Okay, so that is like the hardcore detoxification protocol. Salt flush, you can do that once a month, or once a quarter, or twice a year, or even once a year is better than nothing. I recommend doing it maybe once a quarter would be a good time to do it. I'm due for one, so I'm probably going to do one soon. And so that is the best way to detoxify yourself. The other thing as well is to manage your stress, of course, and meditation, hydration,
sweating,
and exercising, and good food, and all of those things. So just have that awareness of what you're eating and how it affects you. Have the awareness of the difference between a maintenance diet and a detoxification diet, and you will have no problem healing your body of illness, cleansing your body of fat, slimming down, removing water retention, feeling great, boosting your energy, and clearing your mental state, improving your joy and happiness in your life, and just all around just healing yourself.
And if you need help, hit us up.
That's it. Hit us up. Square One Fitness. Jai Brzezinski.
Kate Brzezinski.
This is the JK Show. We're here to help you get healthy. We're here to help you get fit. We're here to help you lose weight. And we're here to help you just have a great,
be happy and
awesome,
enjoy your
happy,
life.
Incredible, abundant life full of everything that you could ever want. That's it for today.
Have the best day ever.
Have the best day ever.